You're watching Liquid Lunch on Newsmax TV. I'm Frank Morano here with John Tabacco. We're talking exclusively with former Overstock CEO Dr. Patrick Byrne. A lot of folks wondering what's behind his departure from Overstock. Well, apparently it all has to do with his involvement in a Russia investigation which began long before Mueller. And I am curious, Dr. Byrne, what were your thoughts on what's in the Mueller report from your knowledge of the situation and your work with some of the people involved, including Peter Strzok? Did you find it factual?
Well, let me put it to you. No, it's total nonsense. Well, let me put it this way. Robert Mueller, absolutely, I can promise you on my eyes, Robert Mueller knows who I am. Now, one of the ways that's true, John Tabacco, you know, that in 05-08, I cooperated a lot with law enforcement in going after Wall Street. And I tried to get, and the Men in Black, the FBI were terrific. They're, you know how when you walk through an airport and you see these young men and women in uniform and you feel so proud of these, that's how people should feel about the FBI. I'm sorry their name is getting dragged through the mud. It's not them. It was not their fault. It's the political people at the top. It wasn't the, however, so I helped, and I helped 200 people got indicted and 100 people went to prison, starting with Raj and Marijan, that guy from Galleon. I helped, I don't mean to take credit for anything. The guys did all the work, but I helped trigger that. And I worked very hard for several years and spent, frankly, $10-20 million of my own money, sort of in private stuff, gathering the data that got the Senate Judiciary Committee, that got the FBI, to get that whole thing going. And I'm really proud that 100 people went to prison because I hate Wall Street crooks. So we may have different. There's somebody, maybe some of your friends, I don't know, but I got a phone call one day giving me the congratulations from the director of the FBI. That was Robert Mueller. Robert Mueller knew all about me. While he was director of the FBI, I helped him then put 100 people in prison. And and for some other reasons, I can promise on my eyes, Robert Mueller knows who I am. Now, I'm going to give you two facts, and then we'll draw a third inference. That's one fact. Here's the second fact. I am all over the Maria Butina file. She had an affair with me, basically, in the background of her dating the big shot Republican guy or two. We were secretly having an affair from time to time. And I was reporting on her, which may sound ruthless, but America won't really understand my full reasons for a long time, if ever. And there was a reason I was doing that will come out someday. So I'm all over the Maria Butina file. So now we go to the third thing. Robert Mueller comes out of retirement and gets put in front of the Mueller Commission. And so we know that he knows all about me. And he's looking into the origins of the Russian spying in the United States. And the number one suspected spy is Maria Butina. He opens up the box on the Maria Butina file. This guy, Patrick Byrne, is all over it. And is all over it. So you put those facts together. Don't you think he might have called me? The guy never called me. I never, ever, ever heard from the Mueller Commission. What does that tell us about the whole Mueller Commission? What does that tell us, John?
Charitably, it says it was incomplete at the very least.
It was never about getting to the bottom of anything. It was about covering up the bottom of everything. That is, I believe, why Mueller himself did not have her handle the prosecution, but kicked it out to the local D.C. It was to distance it from the Mueller Commission because of how ridiculous it would ever look someday. Because to the extent he was involved in the prosecution at all, it would look incredibly ridiculous someday if it ever came out, because he knows all about me. I promise Robert Mueller knows all about me, did for years. That's one fact. The second fact is I'm all through the file. If he had prosecuted her, it would have been giving a hostage to fate. So they had to kick it off their plate and give it to some subordinate, which was this, not a subordinate, but this local District of Columbia prosecutor. But it tells me that the Mueller Commission was never about getting to the bottom of anything. It was always about obfuscating it. Here's something else to know. Both the prosecutor of her case and the judge are Barack Obama's second-term appointments. And the prosecutor is a guy who got married in the Women's Democratic National Committee, the offices of the Women's Democratic National Committee, which may be terribly romantic offices. I don't know. But the other explanation is it's a signal. He's some sort of Democrat diehard. And the judge is a judge who has always been a defendant's judge. She's been the kind of judge who's always sides, always haggles the prosecutor down and makes him make deals with the defendant. I'm told by somebody who was involved in the trial that this is the first trial in her career where she not only was not on the defendant's side, she argued with the prosecutor to get higher. The prosecutor was willing to let her out, and she was demanding that Maria for a higher sentence. So that tells me it was all a railroad. At least the prosecutor was probably in on it. Maybe the judge. I don't know. I don't want to accuse a federal judge, but I bet the prosecutor was in on it. Bob Mueller knows all about me, and I'm all over the Maria file, and the Mueller Commission never called. I've not disclosed that yet, but that tells me that from soup to nuts, the Mueller Commission's a total cover-up, and the prosecution of Maria was a railroad job.
There was this...
She's innocent as hell. You got to have her on your show.
Yeah, I would love to. You and I have been having some discussions of late. We've been talking about how the regulators may still be going after Overstock and recently announced and postponed dividend. Can you stay with us one more segment and tell us how that all ties together here, please?
Yeah, there is actually some tie-in here. I don't want to go into it too much, but
all right, we're going to take a quick break.
First of all,
we're going to take a quick break, Patrick. We got to take a commercial break, and then we're going to come right back.
Great.